Hello everyone, and welcome back to Crackus Creations Network. My name is Jared, aka ConfedCracker93, and yes, this video is kind of just to explain my absence over the past 2.5, 3 weeks almost from YouTube. I've actually been really sick. I came down with something. I've yet to figure out what it is. I actually have an appointment tomorrow to get it checked out and to see what they can do for me. I'm not going to go too much into detail. It's just been some digestive and eating issues and stuff like that that just came on all at once. So yeah, that's why I've been, kind of away from YouTube for a while, trying to heal. I definitely feel much better now than what I did 2 weeks ago at this time. I can pretty much eat almost normally. Yeah, so I'm gradually getting better, or at least whatever I'm going through is changing. So I definitely got to get it checked out, and they're going to do that tomorrow. So I'll know a little bit more of what's going on. But yeah, that's why I've been kind of absent from YouTube. I haven't done a whole lot of gaming really at all. And about a week ago, when I started feeling a little better, I was going back to work because I had missed some work and everything like that. So I wanted to wait until after WrestleMania anyway, because I figured it'd be a good time to come back on. WrestleMania, good show, bad show, otherwise show. I don't know what to rate it as. Definitely, I think my favorite matches would be a close first between Shane McMahon and Undertaker in the Hell in the Cell and the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. And other than that, I wasn't a huge fan of WrestleMania. Not to the point where, I was super excited to watch every match. The AJ Styles Chris Jericho one, I was expecting to be a little bit better than it was. I don't want to say that too much because I do like AJ Styles and they're now giving him a push. But I didn't feel like the match was as good as I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's just because they've fought before. It's hard to bring something new in. The ending sequence was pretty cool. As far as the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that was, it looked like a jobber thing in the beginning, and I think that's pretty much all it was. They even threw Tatanka in there, Diamond Dallas Page, Shaq. But it looked like a jobber thing, and then to have Baron Corbin win it, it kind of gives Baron Corbin a little bit of a push in the right direction onto the main roster. I'm not a huge Baron Corbin fan. I think he is talented, but I think he also has an attitude, and I don't know how far that'll get him in the WWE, especially if he has an attitude with the wrong person. Outside of that, I don't know, he just seems kind of generic, really. A stereotypical big guy in the WWE. He's not like your Cesaros or your AJ Styles and stuff like that, even your Sami Zayns. Obviously, Raw was last night. I was disappointed that Sami Zayn wasn't actually in that match. I think that was kind of... I don't know, they seem like they continue to knock Sami Zayn's character down. Like, continually keeping him knocked down, and it seems like the person who's knocking him down every time is Kevin Owens. So it's like, I could see that being a huge good rivalry, but they've already done it. So I feel like they should kind of move on from that. And I thought Sami Zayn might actually get a title opportunity, but AJ Styles definitely deserves it too. So I mean, I might get rap for saying that because AJ Styles hasn't actually been in the WWE for a long time. But AJ Styles has been wrestling for a long time. So I feel like, and he's even been world champions everywhere else. And they don't include that in his stats when it comes to WWE just because they don't want to mention TNA and stuff like that, or even New Japan. But, yeah, he's been world champions other places. So, I thought that they kind of, killed his rise there for a little bit after the loss at WrestleMania, but then to have him come out last night and beat Chris Jericho to become #1 contender, I don't know if they're trying to send the message that it could be anybody's day, any day of the week. And I think Jericho just had, you know, AJ Styles' number at WrestleMania, and AJ Styles had Jericho's number last night. So definitely it's cool. I haven't incorporated AJ Styles into my universe mode just because, I don't know, I feel like if I go adding created characters into the universe mode, then it's going to take away from 2K17's new characters that are actually coming in. So I feel like I want to wait until the new game comes out before I start introducing these old characters. But we'll see. I don't know. I might change my mind. Like I said, I don't want to, kill all these new guys by putting created versions of them in when I can wait and have the real versions of them in the game when 2K17 comes out. And I wish that WWE 2K16 was more friendly with the created content. I wish that it was more like PC and where they can make better mods for the characters. But overall, the character creations are actually pretty accurate, pretty good. Don't mind them at all. So that's kind of where I sit with that. WrestleMania, like I said, when you got to the main event, Roman Reigns versus Triple H, I kind of knew what was going to happen, and I hated it. It wasn't a bad match, but I feel like the WWE is saying, well, we need to push Roman Reigns over when the crowd is saying, no, we don't really want him pushed over. So I feel like the best thing they can do is change Roman Reigns from champion and give it to AJ Styles. They can do something with a rivalry there. Give it to Chris Jericho. Give it to anybody else. I don't think Roman Reigns is a bad character. I think if they are going to keep him champion, then they really seriously got to think about turning him heel. People hate him anyway. They might as well hate him as a heel. But then he came out last night and basically said, I'm not a good guy or a bad guy. I'm just the guy. So I don't know. That kind of sounds like a Ric Flair type saying, but he's not Ric Flair. He's not even The Rock. He's not Triple H. He's Roman Reigns. He's a different guy. He doesn't have the star power like those guys did. Not yet, anyway. And I feel like they're just trying to push him over. I feel like as an Intercontinental Champion, as a United States Champion, even a Tag Team Champion with Dean Ambrose would have been better than, pushing him to the World Championship right now. Dean Ambrose, I think people would rather see. I would rather see Dean Ambrose as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So, yeah, all in all, I know I left some matches out there. The Women's Championship match, excellent match. I would rather watch them over Roman Reigns. And it's funny because back when Nikki Bella was the Divas Champion, I was actually, she was going against the same people almost every pay-per-view. It was Paige. It was Paige almost every pay-per-view. And it's like, okay, you occasionally throw a new one in there, but I feel like the Divas division at that time was getting just stale. It wasn't so much that Nikki Bella can't perform in the ring or Paige can't perform. She's excellent talent. It's just there was nothing new. There was nothing new to keep your attention. There was no good wrestling matches, really. So, I don't know. I feel like they kind of dragged that out for so long, and now that they got these new people in there, I mean, they're just as fun to watch for me now as the regular guys matches. So I don't know, the women's division is going in the right direction, and I hope it keeps going in that direction. Charlotte's an excellent talent. Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, even Emma now. With the right storylines behind these people, I figure that they can do something pretty cool. Or the right stories behind any line. Right storylines behind any superstars, they can do really good. So I think WWE needs to work on their storylines, need to work on their character development more. And hopefully they're going to do that. John Cena made an appearance at WrestleMania, joining The Rock in the ring to take out the Wyatt family. I've heard multiple different things that, it's kind of sad that The Rock comes out and basically decimates the Wyatt family. At the same time, I don't feel like it puts a roadblock in what Bray Wyatt was doing at all. I think Bray Wyatt's just going to be Bray Wyatt. Whether he wins or loses, people are going to love him. So I don't feel like that harms him in any way. Although John Cena did make an appearance at WrestleMania 32, he was not on Raw last night. So, and there was previous interviews that said, okay, John Cena is cleared to compete. It's kind of funny that if John Cena is cleared to compete, why wasn't he on Raw? I don't know. Maybe they just haven't got a storyline lined up for him yet to make a return. They're not sure what to do with him. I was hoping that last night when Sami Zayn got down that it was going to be John Cena coming out to replace him. It wasn't. And I know I'll probably get rapped for saying that too because I'm a John Cena fan through and through, and, you know, most people are against Cena trying to go for the title again. I feel like Cena's deserved to beat Ric Flair's record at holding the championship. And I think, you know, John Cena's a good talent too. And I think that people kind of give him a bad rap, but he is performing new stuff in the ring now. It's not just the 5 moves of doom anymore. He's got the sunset flip powerbomb. He's got the springboard stunner now. He's got all kinds of new moves now. And I feel like he deserves, you know, to be in that ring for as long as he wants to be in that ring. And I'm going to support it 100%. I thought he was actually going to go heel last night at WrestleMania 32 and end up dropping The Rock, but he didn't. And because I find it kind of weird they haven't had a tiebreaker between The Rock and John Cena yet. So I was thinking that was the route they were going to do. And they might in the future, but right now, I mean, that's what it is. WrestleMania 32 breaking a attendance record. I'm not sure really what else to say about it. I watched the whole thing. I enjoyed the whole thing. It's just some parts I enjoyed more than others. And like I said, the Hell in a Cell match, Shane jumping from the top of the cell down onto the table. The Undertaker moves, goes through the announce table. I mean, he had to be a hurting unit regardless of whether there was an airbag underneath that announcer's table or not. And what a match. Really, I was disappointed to see that Shane didn't get the win, but I kind of knew that was the way it was going to go. Shane did get to run Monday Night Raw last night, and maybe that'll continue. Maybe they're going to have some kind of storyline that'll continue that. Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. That match was probably the biggest disappointing match that I watched at WrestleMania 32. Dean Ambrose put up a fight. He did. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like Brock Lesnar, obviously, I thought was going to win the match. But there wasn't a point in the match where I thought, oh, okay, Dean Ambrose has this match. So, I don't know, I feel like that was a wasted match almost. I feel like Dean Ambrose should have been able to open up more on Brock Lesnar and make it look like Brock Lesnar might actually lose when they really didn't in that match at all. So, yeah, some definitely ups and downs to WrestleMania, and I mean, that's probably all I'm going to say about it. I might be forgetting other matches in there, but those are the ones that basically stood out for me. Yeah, so I am back. I'm going to try to work on, actually, Friday Night SmackDown, I believe is where I left off. So, I don't know, I'm going to get back into the CCN universe mode that I was doing for WWE 2K16. I got to find out where I left off and make sure I'm doing the right one. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to get back into that Mondays and Fridays, as long as everything goes right with my appointment tomorrow. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on right now, and stay tuned for more. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time.